These questions scare people, the ones where you have to logically complete the text. They're sometimes called inference questions. Honestly, I think these are actually pretty easy once you know what's going on. We're given the most of a story, and then there's a blank at the end. So we have to conclude the story. The conclusion is not just some random thing. There's no outside information that we need to have to conclude the story. It is purely going to be based on what's there. Now, it does mean that occasionally the answer choice will include basically a piece of information or something that's not explicitly said in the passage itself, but it's said in other ways. We're building towards that. There's not some random surprise ending to the story. The ending follows from everything that came before. So we're going to read the passage, try to get some sense of the ideas that are coming up and some dumb summary things. But if we can, we'll fill in the blank with a guess, but you don't need to do that. So let's just see what we have. Zines are small-scale, self-printed magazines. They've been around since the black literary zine Fire was created in the 1920s. Since then, zines have appealed to creators looking for an inexpensive form of expression to share with a select audience. Zine creators often mix art with social commentary and challenge mainstream culture. At first, the internet appeared to replace the zine, but this old form persists. So they're continuing. Today, there are enough zines in the United States to support annual zine festivals. This suggests that, I don't know, zines are still good. Right? This whole passage is giving me lots of good things about zines. They thought they were gone, but they persist. So they're probably still good. I don't know. Let's just see if that matches. I'm going to be flexible here. That was just my guess. That's just where it felt like I was going. So I wrote it down on my scratch paper so that I wouldn't forget it. But if the choice goes in a different direction, that might be okay. Let's just see what we have. So this suggests that creators can reach a larger audience by posting online. I don't think so. I mean, they're still talking about a zine, I guess, as, I don't know, just a physical thing, right? So are they really talking about posting online and a larger audience? This is a comparison. I don't think they were really comparing about audience sizes. So that doesn't seem to match with what I thought. B, zines are still a meaningful form of expression. Oh my gosh, that's like almost exactly what I said, right? Meaningful form of expression is a nicer way or a more an academic way of saying that it's good. That seems really nice. Let's look at C, though. Creators can continue to explore new art forms. Well, it's not about new art forms. It's about this specific art form, and it's not new. It's from the 1920s. So this is just not what they're talking about. Zines are good sources of mainstream culture. Well, that also seems to kind of match with what I'm saying, but now we can start to split them apart. Meaningful form of expression is a very vague phrase, which may seem bad, but it's a little better than something that's more specific that isn't supported, right? Good sources of mainstream culture. Are they really talking about that? Well, they challenge mainstream culture. So is it really a good source of mainstream culture? Notice I can go back. That's an idea that's pretty specific. So I can go back and just be like, did they really talk about this? So no, it seems like this part, it's not a source of mainstream culture. It's not mainstream is kind of the point. And so yeah, meaningful form of expression. That's so vague. It can mean anything. So I love it. That's what we want. But yeah, my sense of where we were going ended up being exactly where we went. But notice I still didn't pick B right away because maybe I was missing something. You know, I don't want that first answer that kind of looks good to just be the right answer and move on. You always have to look at every choice, and you have to do so in a very unbiased way. That way you're evaluating things and not necessarily like opening yourself up to traps. So it could have been that B was a trap. It wasn't, but I still gave D a shot and I thought about it and proved it wrong. And I'm much more confident in my answer because of it.